Hi, I'm Life Coach Landry, and the topic is 5 signs you're ready to start your own business. You know, starting a new business is exhilarating. It's a world of possibility awaits you, including the possibility of an incredible success or a catastrophic failure. You know, the dichotomy between these two extremes leads many to purgatory, indecision, making them apprehensive, and making the final push to become an entrepreneur. I'm going to make a 3-part video series. This will be the first video on, this is going to be the basics on, are you ready? Like things in your life that are saying maybe you should start a business. The next one will be the basics of getting started. And then the third one will be the specifics. And it's one of those things where, you know, if you want to do a personal session on starting your own business, you can contact me, obviously, at the email below. But unfortunately, there's never a perfect time to start a business, okay? No matter how long you wait, you'll never be experienced enough. You'll never have enough capital. You'll never have, zero risk. There will always be a chance your business will fail. There will always also be a chance it'll succeed. Sounds a lot like a relationship, right? So that being said, while there's no perfect time to start a business, there are good times to start a business that you're passionate about. And if you're experienced in one of these 5 signs, then it could be that it's time for you to finally begin your entrepreneurial journey. Some people aren't ready for that journey. There is too much risk, or it's always going to be a better idea than it is an action for them. But if you come to this video and you clicked on it, I'm guessing part of you is thinking maybe it's time, okay? So I'm going to do, like I said, 5 things that should tell you that you're ready. Number 1, your job is no longer fulfilling. Number 1 thing I hear from clients that I work with. You know, Coach Landry, I go to my job every day. It's a good paycheck, but it ends there. I go to my desk, I do my job, I go home. That is like the worst statement I should hear, unless you're one of those people that you're so monotonous that just paying the bills is good enough for you. And if you're at that stage, but I got a feeling that if you're at my video, you're not that type of person. So your job is no longer fulfilling is number 1. In every job, you're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days. Just because you have a few bad days in a row, that doesn't necessarily mean the only way out is to start your own business. So don't get caught up in that whole idea. But if through both good days, bad days, you kind of feel like your job is just, literally it's not fulfilling. It's been a year. You're like, this just isn't, the corporate world is not my world anymore. The small business, nonprofit, I'm just kind of done. Whatever it is. Typically, people stop feeling fulfilled when they aren't able to do the work they want to do. Okay, I'm going to say it one more time. Typically, people stop feeling fulfilled when they aren't able to do the work they want to do. Often, this is because someone else is calling all the shots, or it's just there's nowhere to go. Even if you are calling the shots, it stops. It stops there. You're not moving up. You're not moving lateral. There's just nowhere to go. If you're thrilled at the idea of setting your own schedule, delegating your own tasks, tackling the work you want to tackle, it may be time for you to become an entrepreneur, okay? Number 2, you understand the risk of business ownership. This is pretty important. It's easy to get excited. It's easy to get passionate. It's another thing to actually pull the trigger. Of course, it's not a good idea to simply jump into a business ownership. There are serious risks involved, okay? And only when you understand those risks fully should you even consider yourself ready to take the next step, okay? So before you make any major decisions, do some research. You may already be aware of some of the risk. Some of them are pretty obvious. Other ones, you're like, I didn't realize that until I looked into it. But before you make any major decision, do some research. You may already be aware. There's, like I said, the obvious risks such as losing your capital investment, losing your current job, running into legal problems. But you may find more than you thought existed. It's also helpful to talk to other entrepreneurs in your area, especially the ones who have started a business and failed, right? You're thinking, oh, I should only talk to people that have been ultra successful. No, the ones who failed will have the best lessons because it either means they gave up and you'll know why, or they'll say, hey, I may have failed, but I'm doing badass now. This is awesome. I'm kicking ass now. And you're going to go, what did you learn pitfall-wise so that I cannot end up in that same hole that you were in, okay? Number 3, if you have an idea you're passionate about, if it's something you've been like, man, I've been wanting to do this for years, man, I should just do it. And it's just one of those things where you go to work, you forget about it, gets pushed to the back of your mind for a couple of days, maybe a week or 2, and then you think about it again, Like I said, if you're a how-to person, you're like, I want to I want to show people how to install programs. I want to show people how to do their nails. I want to show people how to do their hair, bleach their teeth, start a YouTube channel. Whatever it is, get after it. Quit thinking about it and do something that has traction, that you can get your meat into, that you can sink your teeth into, and just push it through and massage it on. It doesn't, and remember, this is the biggest key I tell people, it doesn't have to be perfect out of the gate. You just want to get started in some capacity, okay? Number 3, you have an idea you're passionate about. So believe it or not, the second option is a better sign that you're ready to start a business, okay? So it's one of those, if you're not sure about the details, that's good. That's a second sign in your head that's telling you you're going to do proper research. That's good. So even if you have a great idea on paper, if you aren't passionate about it, you aren't going to be driven to make that idea successful, right? That's with anything. If you want to have children, that's great. But if you're not going to be passionate about taking care of them and raising them, you're not going to have very good children at the end of the day. The most successful entrepreneurs are the ones that begin with passion in their hearts, in their soul, it's in their gut. And if you've already found yours, you might be ready to begin. So number 4, you have a support system. Very few entrepreneurs are able to go at it alone. While you might be the only person making decisions at the top, you're going to need some friends. You're going to need a network. You're going to need a safety net and some capacity of things that just kind of when you have to take a left turn, when a curveball comes your way, you're not just sitting there going, what do I do? You got some things to bounce off. You got people like that. You got a life coach you can call, maybe who has experience in entrepreneurship and business. These are credentials you can check when you find a life coach, or even a business therapist. They exist. Okay. Your spouse, child, friends, they all need to know your desire. And even if they're not sure about it, they need to support you through the process and understand that you are taking a risk, and they understand that and they support your risk. Okay. In some cases, that may mean being ready to pick up an additional income should the business not turn out as you expected. Okay. So there can be a mental support structure behind your head, knowing that the people you love and that are going to be semi-involved in this are there with you. Okay. Number 5, you know what's important to you. You're one of those people that says, my 3 top priorities in life are A, B, and C. And what I want to do as a business is going to benefit them and myself. That means you're a collective thinker. You're thinking very smart. Some people go at it their whole lives without realizing what's actually important to them. Don't be that person. If you need to talk about things like that, if you need help finding what's important to you, not, I'm going to think of 3 things and write them down. But if you actually want to drill into your life, I can help you do that. Contact me. But, you may think that being their own boss is what matters to them, but feel unfulfilled when they actually attain the position to be the boss. And maybe you can have these ideas that eventually when you get there, they're not near what you thought they were going to be. Or they're rooted in perceptions that you have about how great entrepreneurship is, or they're more focused on that you truly want out of life. Only you can really make the distinction between a real factor that's important to you versus something that sounds good, it sounds important to you, and then when you get there, you're like, maybe I should have put this lower on my priority list. Only you can figure that out, okay? So don't be discouraged in the first few phases of starting your own business. If it doesn't turn out to be what you expected. Entrepreneurship is a volatile world, but as long as you stay committed and you're passionate on improving your ideas, you continue to work hard, there's always a chance you can succeed, and even if that one thing doesn't work out, that's okay. There are other things out there. Trust yourself. Otherwise, you run the risk of failing before a business even gets off the ground. Okay? So I hope this gives you a little confidence. This is a Kickstarter thought process that this video is for. It's not for you to start doing that. My other video will help you actually start forming a plan. This is for you just to get excited about the idea, to know that you're not alone, that other people sit at jobs and say, man, I've wanted to do this forever. Maybe I should finally start thinking about it. Okay? So if any of this makes sense to you, or if it's one of those, I want to, but I'm still nervous, I need someone to kind of mentor me into the process, then contact me at the link below. I help people all the time. And if you found this information of value, show your appreciation and donate via the PayPal link. And, I'm always here. I'm on YouTube. It's a YouTube channel. You can contact me anytime you want to do something. Just let me know, okay? And I will talk to you soon.